Hello, YouTube! So, you join me from a Kent that cannot make up its mind with the weather. It's been thundering, it's rained so much that I had to go outside and sweep the water off my patio, and then it was bright sunshine about 2 minutes ago. So, I'm not going to complain too much because actually my plants are desperate for a drink, so hope you're all happy out there, everyone. You will be, won't you? Yes. Anyway, in this little vlog today, I want to talk about a few things. So number one, I want to talk about comparison and failure, feelings of failure. We don't talk enough about the stuff that pretty much all of us experience at some point in our lives. Number two, I want to tell you about my evening wind down challenge on my app that's coming up. And finally, I want to tell you that it's my birthday on Wednesday. So, red velvet cake, thank you please. I look like a red velvet cake actually, don't I? This also, just to give you, this is a new outfit from Gymshark. Oh, my toe, it just cracked. This is a new little outfit, everyday seamless. Again, I have to look what it's called again. Everyday seamless, graphic tank, graphic shorts. I wasn't so sure about the sort of like logo here, but I actually quite like it. And it matches my Yogi Bear mat as well, which I really enjoy. Anything that matches, I'm all about it. Anywho, number one, the first big thing I want to talk about today is feelings of failure. I had an absolute mare of a day on Friday. Whenever you're watching this, who knows what Friday it was, but it was Friday just gone, if you're watching it when I'm recording it. Long story short, I had a moment where I found myself scrolling on socials. This was actually on the train into London, and it was so early in the morning as well. I'd been doing work a bit, I think, on the train, doing work, and then I found myself on my phone, went into that little pit of scrolling, and all of a sudden, this feeling of just sadness, like, just swamped me. And I was sitting on the train, and I just thought, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Nobody cares about what you're doing. Does anyone even want to learn from you? You don't know anything. You're a failure. You're not earning anywhere near enough money. All of these things, I just spiraled from simply scrolling and finding myself in a place of comparison, which I know probably all of us watching this can relate to. Now, what I did in that moment, and it did help, and I think this is a good thing, and some of us might be there and some of us might not be yet. It depends, I work in well-being, so it's, I had that moment of going, Jess, put your phone down. These thoughts you are having are not real. They're not truth. And even though I was telling myself that, and I really was telling myself that, it still was difficult to shift that feeling of sadness, but it helped. So, just really, if you can take anything from that, it is to actually get some perspective on it, to go, these thoughts are not truth. They are simply thoughts, take the power out of them if you can. But basically, that went through my day, and I did have quite a tough day on Friday. It ended very beautifully because I gave up a couple of classes on Friday that I've been teaching for a while. If you read my mailing list email, you'll know all about this anyway. But on Friday, I've been teaching 2 beautiful classes at Gymbox for quite a while now, but I wasn't getting home until about 9 p.m. on a Friday night, and I get up at about 5:30 on a Friday. The math ain't mathin', I know. So basically, I was going into every weekend depleted and struggling, and I thought, I have to do something about this, even though I don't want to. It was one of those hard decisions to make. But what lifted my spirits-ish, one of the girls that was in that class, she's been coming for quite a while, she gave me this little card and said, oh, open this on the train home. I said, okay. So I opened this letter, and I'm not going to reveal fully what was in it because it's quite personal, but it was the most beautiful message because number one, she said, I was really happy when you told me that you were giving up these classes. I'm gutted that you won't be teaching them, but I'm really happy that you're prioritising your self-care. Firstly, how beautiful and profound is that? You know, she's gutted that I'm not teaching that anymore, but she's really happy for me. And then went on to explain, because of very, very personal reasons, how much my classes have helped her. And it was just a moment where I thought, you know what, this is why I do this. And I can have all this self-doubt and I can, you know, put myself in that feeling of struggle. And we're allowed to sit in struggle. We're allowed to sit in the shit for a bit, you know, that's okay, we're allowed to. But actually, those words that were in that letter is exactly why I do this. It's why I do what I do. And that really kind of just gave me that little that I needed, you know. So I really wanted to share that with you. And I actually went into the weekend and had a bit of a shit weekend as well. Not a shit weekend from the perspective of having a weekend. The weekend was lovely. I didn't really do anything actually. Took the weekend off socials. Highly recommend if you're feeling a bit poop. But I had about 3 people who left my app. And so I really had to do that thing of going, don't get personally involved. I'm gonna have people that join my app, that come and go, that decide they can't do it anymore, it's not for them, they can't afford it, whatever, right? And I have to look at it from a business angle rather than a personal angle. And it was actually someone gave me that advice once, it really, really stuck with me. So yeah, it's been an up and down one, but I really wanted to share this because if you are feeling the same right now, I just really want to tell you, you're not a failure. I am not a failure. I'm saying this to myself. I'm not a failure. Things are challenging at the minute in many ways. You know, with my app, I'm still paying off the app. After losing my job, I then, you know, to try and make things work for me longer term, I've invested in this app. I'm still not making any money from it because I'm still paying it off, but it's a long-term investment. I've moved out to Kent, which means that I'm paying more money to get into town. My mortgage is high, all these things, and I have to be kind to myself. I'm not a failure. You are not a failure as well listening to this. You're doing the best you can. So that's what I wanted to share on that. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is my evening wind down challenge. So talking about the app, something that I'm able to do with the app, which I think is amazing, is I'm able to do courses and challenges. So there are already 2 courses on the app. One is a chakra meditation course. If you've never done chakra meditation, I cannot even explain to you how beautiful it is. I really love it. It's, yeah, give it a go. It's amazing. So I've got a chakra meditation course and I've also got a 7-day journaling course, which I know some of you actually watching this will have probably done when it first came out, but it's now on my app included in the monthly price. But the challenges thing I haven't done anything with yet. And the first one I'm doing is an evening wind down challenge. 21 days to help you build a wind down routine. Now, why is this necessary? Well, when I first built myself a wind down routine, it started just by doing like a little meditation before bed. Because, you know, most of us, let's not lie, we're scrolling on our phones when we're in bed, or we're watching TV, or we watch TV and then just go straight to sleep. We might have watched something really upregulating. A lot of us don't actually take that time to wind down the nervous system before we go to sleep. And why is this so important? Well, your nervous system needs to be in a state that is conducive with rest. So if you struggle to get to sleep because you know your mind is racing and whirring, if you actually struggle with deep sleep, you know, to actually get unbroken sleep, it can be to do with not having a really nice solid wind down before bed. So in this challenge, cut a long story short, 21 days, because if we only did 7 days, you'd do the 7 days, go, oh, that was nice, and then never do it again. Let's be real. 21 days to help you actually start to build little habits. And how I've done it is that every day there's a different practice. So we've got things, all of these things are research driven, are proven methods of helping you get to sleep and have a good night's rest. Breathwork, meditation, movement, journaling, stretching, scent, massage, all the things. And over the 21 days, it's about you actually discovering the things that really work for you and that you resonate with and that you enjoy. I love journaling, right? I love journaling. I don't do it every night. I do it some nights because I know that it's there as a tool. If I go to bed and my mind is going, boop, 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 I go, okay, journal. So actually, a wind down routine doesn't have to be the same every night. So this is what the challenge is about. Details of how to join are in the description if you want to get involved, but it begins on the 28th of July. And finally, that's that. On Friday this week, I'm going up north for a few days, which will be nice to see my family and whatnot. And on Wednesday, on my birthday, I'll be having red velvet cake, or I better be, and we'll be going birding. That's my wish for my birthday, that we go birding. We're going to a new birding site called Dungeness, which is in South Kent, and we're going to go and see what we can see. So yeah, maybe I'll do a little vlog on that, see how it is. Oh, that could be fun, couldn't it? Yeah, I'll do that. A little birthday vlog. Anywho, hope that you are all really well. Please pop in the comments anything that you want to see in these vlogs, any questions at all, anything that you want to share, especially with that first little story of failure and comparison and whatnot. Like, I'd love to hear from you. So pop it in the comments, and I look forward to catching up with you all very, very soon.